For this tutorial, I'm going to step you through the process of rewriting from from one original source. Uh, One variant of rewriting, of course, involves composing a new article that uses different sources. For this training, we're going to just focus on one source. Your first step is to load the URL of the source you're going to be rewriting. Next, you need to copy the text into a file, a plain text file. This removes all formatting, which is a big step because you don't want to hassle with HTML and all that other formatting stuff in your final document. So you're just going to dump it here. So this is your original text. You can then close the website because you're done with the source. Okay. Make space for the original text, and this is where you're going to be placing your rewritten materials. One of the fastest and most effective ways to rewrite is to read the materials to yourself. I'm going to read this out loud so you can see the thinking pattern. You must first read it to yourself and then interpret it. What I mean by that is it has to make sense to you. So you have to say it again, but in terms that you would understand. Everybody thinks in different ways, so there's really no right or wrong answer as long as you stick by basic grammar rules. The key here is to make the material understandable to yourself. And if you're able to do that, you're halfway there because for most people, they have to reword, they have to rephrase, or look at the material from a different perspective, which may not be reflected in how the source was originally written. So let's begin. Red Borneo kratom is a legend all around the globe. For decades, the red Borneo kratom has been considered the most relaxing strains available. Grown naturally over the years, this particular kind of Mitragina speciosa tree is native to the island of Borneo. This strain is known for producing sophisticated and long-lasting effects of relaxation. Despite the background, many users have reported extremely pleasant experiences that happen after the consumption of the strain. That is a straight reading of the text. Now, the next reading is you commenting on what you just read. Basically, this is your mental notes to yourself as you read. Now, it's really important to turn on your critical reading skills. So, let's begin with this critical rereading process. Red Borneo kratom is a legend all around the globe. How is it a legend? So it has a reputation. So when that happens, when you start thinking about these secondary questions, that is when you start rewriting. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on that issue of a legendary status that was raised in the source. So Red Borneo kratom is renowned globally. It has developed quite a reputation globally. This fits with the phrase, quote, a legend all around the globe. So globe is turned into globally, and legend is ties in with reputation. Next, For decades, the red Borneo kratom has been considered the most relaxing strains available. Now, that this is an incomplete sentence. The writer, I suppose, is trying to say, for decades, the red Borneo kratom has been considered one of the most relaxing strains available, because he mentioned, or he or she mentioned, the most relaxing strains, plural. So if the person was making the claim that this is the most relaxing strain, they would have phrased it differently. Grown naturally over the years, this particular kind of, okay. So we can compact the two. So a native of the south of the Malaysian island of Borneo, red Borneo kratom is widely considered as one of the world's most relaxing kratom variants, or we can just say strain. Okay, notice what I did there. Basically, I took two sentences and compacted them. I compacted part of them, parts, bits and pieces of them, into one sentence. I've also fixed the issue that I raised earlier when I read that sentence critically. This cuts down on the next sentence. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to be focusing on the effects of this compound. This strain produces a long-lasting, deep yet sophisticated sense of tranquility and calm. So basically, I just expanded on what relaxation means. So you're free to take an idea and come up with examples from it, because the one of the worst things that we could do as writers is to basically just take one word and just keep repeating it. Although this is SEO copy, so you will have to keep repeating the target keyword, which is red Borneo kratom. For the rest of the text, you have to be very careful, because you're trying to engage the reader, and if you keep saying it's relaxing without explaining or unpacking that concept, it's not you're not producing a very engaging piece of text. Now, here's a weird twist in the original text. Despite the background, so basically, just trying to make a contrast here. Many users have reported extremely pleasant experiences that happen after the consumption of the strain. It doesn't make any sense, because people are saying that it's very relaxing, and it produces a deep sense of calm, and there's nothing wrong with this. Apparently, this is the reason why people take the product in the first place. But we're going with on a totally different direction here with the word despite. So when you're rewriting, you should not only unpack and expand the original source to make it clearer, but part of the job is to correct um, any errors that the original writer may have committed, and this is one of those cases because despite doesn't really fit. So what they're probably trying to say is because of this background, because of this quality, because of this naturally uh, natural because of this because of this quality, many numerous users report. Use the active. Use a more active phrasing. Have reported is too passive. Because of this quality, numerous users report and report feeling extremely pleasant after taking this strain. After consumption is too formal of a word. You really have to watch your tone. If you use consumption, usually that's in the context of a term paper or something academic. Since you also have to be mindful of what the purpose of the text is. We're trying to reach out to consumers and educate them regarding a legal, natural product that helps people achieve a sense of calm and tranquility amidst their very busy day. So the key here is to speak at that level. So because of this quality, numerous users report feeling extremely pleasant after taking powder or capsule products containing this kratom variety. So it's much better than consumption of this strain. Again, you're not writing a term paper. So the key takeaway for this module is to first copy and paste your text, your target text, into an open document file, and next do at least 3 readings. The first pass is for you to just understand what the passage is about. Second, you're going to read it critically. Basically, you're going to approach the text from that of a critic. What's wrong with it? What are areas for improvement? How clear is it? What is it actually saying? Are there any mistakes in the text? Could it be phrased in a different way? Because the moment you start asking these questions, you're already halfway to rewriting the material, because you are breaking it down and rephrasing it in such a way that you would understand it. And once you're able to do that, you just need to articulate what you're trying to say, and then type it out. So and then the third reading is to connect what you have rewritten with what the source says. This might seem a bit slow in the beginning, but you'll get used to it. And before you know it, you're just going to be chugging along. Basically, you're going to be plowing through this paragraph after paragraph. What's important is to get get the process right, which is read the source materials, understand it thoroughly enough, so that you on the second reading can explain it to yourself, and that's when the questions come. And once you have those questions, it's easier to pick apart and improve on what you just read. Thank you for joining this training module. Please click like and subscribe for more lessons. Also, please feel free to share this channel's content, because we're trying to reach a lot of people out there who would like to write as a side income. There's a tremendous amount of opportunities for people who can write online content. In future modules, we're going to focus on writing for search engines, what the basic rules are, and the kind of habits you need to develop, so you can produce content that people would love to read, but will also rank high on Google searches. See you next time.